2025 Fuel Economy Face-Off, Outback vs Explorer. Outback vs Explorer, Fuel Economy Face-Off. The fuel economy of the Outback and Explorer is put to the test in a real-world comparison. Find out which SUV reigns supreme in this head-to-head battle for gas mileage dominance. Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most practical, and let's be honest, wallet-friendly, questions you can ask in 2025. Which mid-size SUV is more fuel-efficient, the Subaru Outback or the Ford Explorer? We know many of you are families, road trip lovers, and daily commuters trying to stretch every drop of fuel while still enjoying all the benefits an SUV has to offer: space, comfort, safety, and adventure readiness. And with gas prices still unpredictable, fuel economy isn't just a buzzword, it's a lifestyle priority. So today, we're putting the 2025 Subaru Outback and the 2025 Ford Explorer through a real-world fuel economy showdown to see which SUV gives you more miles for your money. Now, these two models represent two very different approaches to utility and efficiency. On one hand, the Subaru Outback, with its legendary all-wheel drive and boxer engine, has long been a favorite for adventure seekers who also want great MPG. On the other hand, the 2025 Ford Explorer, especially in its hybrid configuration, has evolved from a traditional gas guzzler into a surprisingly efficient full-size SUV with tech-forward enhancements under the hood. But the big question is, how do these two stack up in the real world? Not just what the brochures say, not just the EPA estimates, but actual driving. Highway cruising, city traffic, hills, weekend getaways, and school drop-offs. We're going to cover it all. In this video, we'll take a deep look at each SUV's fuel economy ratings, powertrain options, and how they performed in our controlled MPG tests across mixed terrain. We'll also talk about the driving experience when you're trying to conserve fuel, including regenerative braking, idle start-stop systems, and drive modes that claim to maximize efficiency. If you're currently deciding between the rugged charm of the Outback and the modern versatility of the Explorer, this fuel economy face-off could be the deciding factor. So buckle up, grab a coffee, and let's break down this head-to-head comparison to find out which SUV truly reigns supreme when it comes to saving fuel without sacrificing function. To truly determine which of these two SUVs, the 2025 Subaru Outback or the 2025 Ford Explorer Hybrid, reigns supreme in terms of fuel economy, we couldn't just rely on manufacturer claims or EPA estimates. We needed real-world data. So we designed a comprehensive multi-terrain test route that mirrors what everyday drivers actually experience. Because let's face it, nobody drives in a lab. Our loop started on a stretch of open interstate highway, covering roughly 50 miles at a constant speed of 65 to 70 miles per hour, designed to simulate long-distance road trips or commutes between cities. From there, we transitioned into a suburban environment. Think stop signs, roundabouts, school zones, and light traffic, covering about 25 miles, to represent the kind of routine driving many families do daily. Finally, we wrapped up the circuit with around 15 miles of inner-city driving, full of traffic lights, stop-and-go congestion, and lower speed limits, which really put the vehicle's start-stop systems and low-speed efficiency to the test. Now, let's talk about the specific vehicles we used. For the Subaru, we went with the 2025 Outback Limited, which features the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter flat-4 engine, one of the most fuel-efficient setups in the Outback lineup, paired with Subaru's Lineartronic CVT and standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. The official EPA rating on this model is around 26 miles per gallon city and 32 miles per gallon highway. But we wanted to see if those numbers hold up when you load it with gear, passengers, and drive across mixed terrain. On the other side, we brought out the 2025 Ford Explorer Limited Hybrid, a trim level that balances luxury with efficiency. This model features a 3.3-liter V6 hybrid powertrain mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, rear-wheel drive, and regenerative braking tech that promises up to 27 miles per gallon city and 29 miles per gallon highway on paper. But again, those are just numbers. How does it hold up when you're navigating traffic with a few passengers and a weekend's worth of gear in the back? To keep things as fair as possible, We controlled several variables throughout the test. Both vehicles were driven in normal mode, no eco or sport mode. We kept the AC set at 72 degrees Fahrenheit for consistency. Both had tire pressures adjusted to manufacturer recommendations, and we used the same fuel grade where applicable. Each vehicle had 2 adult passengers, approximately the same cargo load, and we rotated drivers between each segment to minimize individual driving style bias. The goal? To make this test as real and unbiased as possible, giving you honest results that you can actually use when deciding between these two SUVs. So now that we've covered how the test was done, let's move into the numbers. Which one came out on top in the city, on the highway, and in mixed driving? Stick around, it's about to get interesting. Alright folks, now that we've set the stage, it's time to dive into the real numbers. The fuel economy results that you came here for. We took both the 2025 Subaru Outback and the 2025 Ford Explorer Hybrid through a carefully planned route that included urban traffic, open highways, some winding country roads, and a few stop-and-go situations, just like a regular week in the life of most SUV drivers. Let's start with the Subaru Outback, which came equipped with its standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine and Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, a setup known for being remarkably efficient considering its all-terrain capabilities. Over our 150-mile mixed-use drive, the Outback returned a real-world fuel economy average of 29.2 mpg, which is just shy of the EPA's rated 29 mpg combined. On the highway stretch alone, it pushed closer to 33 mpg, while in city driving, it dipped to around 26 mpg, which is still respectable for an all-wheel drive crossover. Now let's shift gears to the 2025 Ford Explorer Hybrid, a larger, 3-row SUV that's making serious strides in fuel efficiency, especially with its 3.3-liter V6 hybrid powertrain. In our test, the Explorer Hybrid averaged 27.5 mpg combined, with 31 mpg on the highway and around 24 mpg in the city. For a vehicle this size, with this much space and power, that's an impressive feat. But when we laid the numbers side by side, and yes, we had a side-by-side bar graph up for this one, the Outback just edges ahead in overall fuel economy. It's lighter, more aerodynamic, and runs on a smaller engine with less aggressive gearing, which gives it a natural advantage in this category. But here's where things get interesting. Fuel economy isn't just about engine specs or weight. There were some notable contributing factors. For example, during our drive, the weather was mild but slightly windier during the Explorer's run, which may have added a bit of drag to its highway numbers. Also, the Outback, being a lower-profile wagon-style SUV, has a smaller frontal area, making it more efficient at slicing through the air. The Explorer, on the other hand, is taller and boxier, better for cargo and visibility, but not quite as sleek at higher speeds. Driving style also played a role. The Explorer Hybrid's regenerative braking system was responsive but took some getting used to, especially in stop-and-go traffic, whereas the Outback's traditional braking and throttle response felt more linear and predictable, which helped us keep the MPG steady. Now if you're someone who often travels solo or with light cargo, the Outback's efficiency gives you a noticeable long-term advantage. But if you frequently haul people, gear, or trailers, the Explorer might still be the smarter compromise, especially since you're getting decent MPG in a much larger package. All in all, when it comes to pure fuel efficiency, the Subaru Outback takes the crown. It's the leaner, more agile option that offers better mileage, especially on longer commutes or road trips. But keep watching, because up next, we'll explore how these numbers stack up when you factor in towing capacity and performance under load. And that's where things could swing in the Explorer's favor. Stay tuned! Now, while fuel economy is a huge factor in choosing your next SUV, especially in today's world of rising fuel costs and eco-conscious driving, let's be honest, it's not the only thing that matters when you're buying a vehicle for your family, your adventures, or your everyday life. So let's zoom out for a moment and take a look at some of the other key features that might tip the scales in favor of either the 2025 Subaru Outback or the 2025 Ford Explorer, depending on your lifestyle. First up, cargo space. The Explorer, being a larger vehicle overall, naturally offers more cargo volume, especially if you're opting for the 3-row version. With all seats folded, you get a massive space for things like camping gear, moving boxes, or that last-minute Costco haul. The Outback, on the other hand, while technically a 2-row mid-size crossover, surprises many with its long, flat cargo area that's ideal for luggage, strollers, bikes, or even a couple of kayaks. And because the roof is lower, loading gear up top is just easier. Now let's move to the interior experience. The Outback feels more like a rugged wagon with soft touch materials, a clean design, and that signature 11.6-inch vertical touchscreen in the center that's both intuitive and smartphone-like. Subaru's EyeSight system continues to improve with every generation, offering smooth adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and pre-collision braking. Meanwhile, the Explorer leans into a more commanding SUV presence. Its cabin is spacious, the tech is upgraded in 2025 with a wider touchscreen, and higher trims even offer massaging seats, a digital instrument cluster, and premium piano audio, making long drives feel like first-class road trips. And when we talk safety ratings, both vehicles score top marks across the board. The Outback has always been an IHS Top Safety Pick Plus, and Ford's Co-Pilot 360 system keeps the Explorer just as competitive with features like evasive steering assist, blind spot monitoring, and active park assist. But what really sets them apart might just come down to their personalities. The Outback screams adventure. It's built for the outdoors, the dog owners, the hikers, the skiers. It's got standard AWD, 8.7 inches of ground clearance, and a heritage of tackling rough weather with ease. The Explorer, especially in hybrid trim, aims at the family that wants power, presence, and room to grow. It can tow more, carry more people, and still deliver decent MPG. So here's the takeaway. Fuel economy is crucial, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. When deciding between these two SUVs, ask yourself what kind of driver you are. Do you want maximum efficiency and a manageable size with off-road confidence? Or do you need space, strength, and a tech-packed cabin for a growing family? There's no one-size-fits-all answer here, just the vehicle that fits your life best. Let us know in the comments which one checks more boxes for you, the capable, consistent Outback or the bold, balanced Explorer. We're curious to hear what you think. So, after miles of driving, back-to-back testing, and a deep dive into the real-world fuel economy figures, the verdict is finally in, and it's a close one. But when it comes strictly to miles per gallon, the 2025 Subaru Outback takes the win. With its standard all-wheel drive, lighter frame, and efficient boxer engine, the Outback consistently delivers better fuel economy both in the city and on the highway. It's designed with efficiency in mind, and it shows, whether you're commuting to work, taking the family on a road trip, or heading out into the wilderness for the weekend. That said, the 2025 Ford Explorer Hybrid definitely holds its own. It offers respectable fuel efficiency for a much larger SUV, especially considering its stronger towing capacity and 3-row versatility. If you're someone who needs extra space, more power under the hood, and you're planning to haul trailers, bikes, or boats, the Explorer might still be the smarter buy for your lifestyle, even if you're sacrificing a few MPGs along the way. So here's our final recommendation. If your priority is fuel economy, and you want something nimble, versatile, and ready for light off-road fun, go with the Subaru Outback. But if you need room for more passengers, stronger towing capability, and a commanding presence on the road, the Explorer Hybrid could be your best match. At the end of the day, it's all about how you drive, where you go, and what you need out of your vehicle. Both SUVs bring a lot to the table. It just depends on which table you're setting. Now it's your turn. Let us know in the comments. Which SUV do you think fits your lifestyle better? Are you more about MPG or muscle? And if you've owned either of these vehicles, we'd love to hear your real-world fuel economy experiences. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon if you found this comparison helpful. We've got more in-depth breakdowns, real-world tests, and buyer guides coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.